Dear students, Assalamu alaikum. So you are all will be well and in good health condition. Uh, Today our first topic is color coding of carbon. Of carbon for carbon color coding. Actually, any carbon register is made in the form of a cylinder, and in order to fix the value of resistance, bands of different colors have been made on each resistor. Usually, we encounter with the resistor which have four color bands, and these four color bands gives the value of resistance the color band have following meaning. Each color has associated with it a definite value, and resistance of the wire is calculated from the information of the digits or values obtained from corresponding to the color band. For example, if we write BB by Great Britain variable woman, we start with 0, 1, black, brown, red, orange, yellow, gray, green, sorry, green, brown, black, brown, blue, pick, violet, gray, white. You should remember this color coding, uh, meaning of the color What does this mean? This means that brown, black, brown, red. There, when there is a black band, what does this mean? This means that the value of 0. When brown, the value of 1. When red, value of 2. When orange, the value associated with this color band is 3, yellow, and so on and so forth. We know that every number can be generated with the help of these digits. But how the value of resistance can be calculated with this, we have an example. First of all, here is a picture from your book. This shows that whenever you want to calculate the resistance from the color band, you should write the first digit from the first color band. Always start from the left side or from the side opposite to the tolerance band. There are two types of tolerance bands. Either it is gold color or it is of silver color. Tolerance bands have only two colors. Either it is of gold color or it is of silver color. While there the three bands are taken in order. From left side, the first band represents the first digit. The second band represents the second digit. For example, whenever we want to write a number, let's say 1,000, 100, or 1,000, then how this number can be formed? This number can be formed as if we know the first digit, if we know the second digit, and if we don't know the number of zeros. In number of zeros with this number forming with the help of first digit and second digit. So for the present case, the first digit represents first color band represents the first digit, second color band represents the second digit, and the third color band represents the number of zeros. Let us, and the fourth band is the tolerance band. If it is of gold color, then we write the value of resistance with plus minus 5%. And if there is a silver band, then this means that the value of resistance calculated in this way would be within 10% plus minus 10% of the given value. Let us apply this to uh, some example. For example, in this example, the first band is 3. First band is 3. Sorry, first band is red. What is the value of red? The value of red is 2. The value of red is 2. So, in writing our value of resistance, first digit is 2. Second band is violet. And what is the value of violet? 7. The value of violet is 7. And then number of zeros for the third band. What is the third band? Third band is an orange band. And what is the value of orange? 3. So this means that the value of resistance is 2700 ohm. And fourth band is the present case silver band, and silver band represents plus minus 10% of 27,000. This point must be keep in mind that how we can calculate the tolerance and what is meant by the 10% of tolerance. 10% tolerance means the 10% of the calculated value. The 10% of the calculated value. Now, we want to calculate the 10% of 27,000. What is this? What does this mean? This means that 10 over 100 means 10% of 27,000. This is equal to 270 ohm. So the recorded value is, so the actual value of resistance of this resistor with this carbon with this color coding is R is equal to 27,000 plus minus 270 ohm. What does this mean? This means that the resistance may lie between 27,000 plus 270 to 27,000 minus 270. So 27,270 to we will subtract, it will be 26,000. There was some net problem. So here we will subtract from 7,000 to 270. It will be 6,730. So resistance lies between 27,270 and 26,730 ohm. The resistance of this resistor lies between this. This topic is very important for our MCQs as well as short questions. So remember this with the help of example and the names of the color and also the values associated with the names of the with the colors of the band. Now the next most important topic is for long question, which is rheostat. What is rheostat? Rheostat is a wire wound resistor. It is called wire wound resistor. What is this? What does this mean, wire wound resistor? This means that we take a wire of some material and this wire is wound on a cylinder, the wire has uniform cross section. What does this mean? Uniform cross section means the this area of the wire is uniform. Mean width of the wire is uniform. When width of the wire is uniform, then the resistance of the wire is proportional to length of the wire because A is constant for whole wire. So resistance of the wire is proportional to length of the wire. What does this mean? This means that if more length of the wire is taken, then there will be more resistance. If less piece of wire is taken, then there will be low resistance or small resistance as compared to the long piece of wire. So this is the basic concept with the help of which we can use this wire wound resistor as a variable resistor, as a variable resistor. Now let us talk about the construction of this variable resistor. Actually, the wire is wound on a cylinder. This is a cylinder. Cylinder. This is a wire wound on a cylinder. One end of the wire is connected to a terminal which is called A terminal, and other end of the wire is connected to a terminal called B terminal. And there is also a third terminal which is called C terminal, but this terminal is not directly connected to the wire. The whole wire is wound on a cylinder and both ends of the wire are connected with ends A and B. So what does this mean? This means that the whole wire is connected between two terminals. These terminals are A terminal and B terminal. And there is a rod, and on that rod there is a sliding contact. What is meant by sliding contact? Sliding contact means a contact which can slide over the wounded wire. And when this contact move towards this way, this contact point goes towards this end, moves towards this end. And when this sliding contact is moved towards right, this contact point moves towards this end of the wire. Now, how this assembly can be used for different purpose. The first purpose is the use of rheostat as a variable resistor. What is meant by variable resistor? A resistor whose resistance can be vary continuously. Whose resistance can be varied continuously. How this is possible? First of all, here is the symbolic representation of the rheostat when connected in a circuit. Here is the symbolic representation of a rheostat when connected in a resistor. In a circuit, we show the presence of a rheostat in an electrical circuit by showing the resistance with the symbol of resistance, and then two terminals A and B between which this wire of uniform cross section is present, and the third sliding contact is represented by this type of arrow, and the end point of this arrow will be designated as C terminal. Now, if we want to use this rheostat as a variable resistor in a circuit, suppose we have a battery, simple circuit, and we want to connect this variable resistor in this circuit. So, an A terminal, here is the resistance symbol, here is the B terminal, and this shows the sliding contact, and here is the C terminal. So, in order to introduce the variable resistor in this circuit, we connect one end of the battery with C terminal and one end of the battery with A terminal. This is the way to connect a rheostat in a circuit in a as a variable resistor. Why I am showing this diagram here? I am actually trying to tell you that whenever we want to use rheostat as a variable resistor, the two terminal of the rheostats are used. One is the fixed terminal A. Let me tell you that the two terminal of the rheostat which are as the ends of the wire of the rheostat, these are called fixed terminal. Fixed terminal. And the third terminal which is connected with the sliding contact is called sliding terminal or C terminal, sliding terminal. So, from this, we will always keep in mind that whenever we want to use the rheostat as a variable resistor, always a fixed terminal and a sliding contact is used. The third terminal is not connected in the circuit. If the full resistance of the wire we want to use, then we do not connect with the sliding terminal. Instead, we connect directly the circuit with the second fixed terminal. But this would be the optional, and this would, in that case, the rheostat will be used as the fixed resistor. But the most appropriate use, most wanted use is the use of resistor as a variable resistor. So, this is the basic concept for the connection when we want to use this rheostat as a fixed terminal, rheostat as a variable resistor. So, now we want to understand how the resistance can be varied. Let me show you. For example, we have connected the C terminal, means sliding contact with the wire on this part. So, the part of the wire between the circuit will be consist of this length of wire. As we know that the resistance of the wire is proportional to the length of the wire. So as we move sliding contact towards terminal A or towards left, the part of the or length of the wire decreases. As a result, the resistance of the wire between ends A and C goes on decreasing. And uh, also the uh, whenever we move the sliding contact towards right or towards the second terminal, this time this is the B terminal, then the length of the wire between sliding contact and terminal A will goes on increasing. As a result, resistance of the wire is increases. So with the help of this, we can increase or decrease the resistance. When the sliding contact comes to the end of the wire, that is to the connected to the terminal A, then the resistance is 0 ohm resistance. But as we goes on increasing the length of the wire and the sliding contact come in contact with the B terminal, then the whole wire is included, whole length of the wire is included in the circuit. So what does this mean? This means that the this time the resistance of the wire will be equal, resistance in the circuit will be equal to the total resistance of the wire. Suppose total resistance of the wire is R. So in that case, the whole wire is connected in the circuit and the maximum resistance of the rheostat is used. So this sort of concept is to deploy the rheostat as a variable resistance resistor uh, in the circuit. The second use of this, and this is the most important use, this is potential divider. The second most important use of rheostat is the potential divider. Let me tell you what is a potential divider. Potential divider is something, some device, if we have a potential between 2 points, potential difference between 2 points V, then if we can have some sort of arrangement with the help of which we can obtain the potential, the value of potential which we want from this. What does this mean? This means that from we can obtain 0 volt to maximum mean V volt, because the potential difference between these 2 points is V volt, and there if we can have some sort of arrangement that we can obtain the 0 value from this source as well as the maximum value of the voltage of this source, also all the possible values between 0 and maximum value of the this voltage source. If we can have such sort of arrangement, we will say that that is our potential divider. So let me show you how we can use this rheostat as a potential divider. The circuit diagram for the rheostat as a potential divider is shown in the figure. This figure is actually taken from your book. You can see, you can check this also from your book. For example, here is a rheostat. Here is a rheostat. The A terminal of the rheostat, okay. Here is B terminal of the rheostat. here is the C terminal of the rheostat. Okay. So this part of figure, this part of figure exactly shows the way I have told you to represent the presence of a rheostat inside an electrical circuit. This is also an electrical circuit, and we see that this electrical circuit is shown to be present in a circuit. How this can be shown? How the rheostat can be shown that it is present inside the circuit. So first thing you should keep in mind during the uh, calculation or during the drawing of a circuit, etc. Next thing is that if we have a battery whose potential difference is V, and this, for example, V is equal to 12 volt. Let's suppose we have a battery whose maximum potential difference between its terminal, positive terminal and negative terminal is 12 volt. So this we call a potential source. In order to use the potential rheostat as a potential divider, we use the fixed terminal of the rheostat and also the third terminal, sliding contact terminal of the rheostat. This means that whenever a rheostat is used as a potential divider, all the three terminals of the rheostats are used, both fixed terminal and as well as the sliding contact, mean third C terminal. So let me tell you uh, how this circuit is constructed. First of all, the potential source, that is battery, is connected between two fixed terminal of the rheostat. So here you can see that uh, fixed terminal A, here is the fixed terminal B, and a potential difference is a battery is connected between these two terminals. The positive terminal is connected with A and negative terminal is connected with terminal B. Uh, Usually we represents the battery in this way. The long bar, a vertical bar represents the positive terminal, while other represents the negative terminal. But sometimes the battery is also shown, and this type of symbols are placed between positive and negative terminal. This shows that the battery is large, mean the battery have more than one cells. Battery consists of more than one cells. But you should not worry about that. You should you can leave this sort of symbolization in your original circuit. You can only put the battery in this form only. You should have to write that the potential difference V, a battery of potential difference V is uh, connected between fixed terminals A and B. When this battery is connected between the fixed terminal, then the potential difference between fixed terminal A, B is V, which is equal to the potential difference of the battery. Suppose the total resistance of the wire, a rheostat, is R. Then, according to Ohm's law, the potential difference between the terminal A and B is given by V is equal to IR, and the current flowing through the terminal is equal to I is equal to V over R. So this is the current flowing through the between points A and B. Also, we suppose that the resistance between terminal B and the sliding contact C is small r. Resistance between sliding contact C and fixed terminal B is R. Since the same current which passes through the whole resistance is also passes through this part of resistance. So, for this part of resistance, we can also write the Ohm's law. Ohm's law tells us that the potential difference between 2 points is equal to, for the present case, these 2 points are point C and point B. So, in order to distinguish the potential difference between fixed terminal A and B, which is equal to the potential difference of the battery and which is designated or denoted by V, we will see, we will write that the potential between 2 points C and B or fixed terminal and sliding contact C can be denoted as VBC. Then this potential is equal to the current flowing through that part of the resistance and resistance of the wire between points B and C. Since current is the same, so this relation can be written as, that is, potential difference between V and C can be written as I. What is I? V over R into R. This expression can be written in a more suggestive form. That is, we can write it as R over R multiplied by V. What does this mean? This means that the potential difference between point B and C is directly proportional to the resistance of the wire between point B and C. As we can move the sliding contact towards A or towards B, so with the help of this, we can change the resistance between B and C. So this shows that the resistance between potential difference between point B and C is proportional to the resistance of the wire between B and C, and we know that the resistance of the wire between B and C is proportional to the length of the wire. This is optional, this is for understanding. So, what we can say? We say that the potential difference VBC can be varied from 0. What does this mean? This means that if we make this resistance 0, how we can make this resistance 0? This resistance can be made 0 by moving the sliding contact C and connect it to the direct fixed terminal B. Then the resistance becomes 0. As a result, the potential difference VB between points B and C is 0. But if we move towards the sliding contact A, the resistance goes on increasing. When the sliding contact is connected to the fixed terminal A or move and connected to the terminal A, then the whole wire is in between B and C, and the resistance of whole wire is R. So R over R into V is equal to V. What does this mean? This means that by moving the sliding contacts towards left or towards right, or from point B to point A, we can continuously vary the resistance between points A between we can continuously vary the resistance BC, mean the resistance between point B and C, voltage between point B and C by varying the resistance between B and C from 0 to V. When resistance is 0, the potential difference is 0. When the resistance is R, the potential difference is B. What does this mean? This means that this simple instrument can be used uh, to obtain a continuous range of voltage from 0 volts to V volt. What is the V volt? Maximum voltage available, that is equal to the voltage of the battery. And second point is of zero potential mean no potential. So with the help of this, by using a battery and a rheostat which is connected as shown above in the circuit, we can uh, find the continuously variable potential difference from 0 to V volts by moving the sliding contact from B to A. So this is the basic idea of the use of rheostat as a potential divider. I hope you will be able to understand what I was saying. So now its time is going to end. So thank you very much, students, for your listening. See you for with the next lecture.